Valle d'Aosta is Italy's mountain fortress. It's the smallest region in the country, tucked between France and Switzerland, and it feels more alpine than Italian. Think castles, ski resorts, stone villages, and views of Mont Blanc. This is not the place for bargain beach homes. This is for people who want clean air, mountains, silence, and winter postcard scenery. Next is Piedmont, the quiet giant of northern Italy. Its capital, Turin, was once Italy's royal city, and it still feels elegant, serious, and slightly underrated. Outside the city, you get wine hills, truffles, alpine valleys, and beautiful towns that don't scream for attention. Piedmont is for buyers who want class without the chaos of Milan or the price tag of Tuscany. Liguria is Italy squeezed between mountains and sea. This is the region of Genoa, Portofino, and Cinque Terre. Colorful houses stacked above the water, steep roads, tiny harbors, and dramatic cliffs. It's beautiful, but it's also narrow, crowded, and not always cheap. Liguria is for people who want sea views with real drama, not endless flat beaches. Lombardy, Italy's economic engine. Milan dominates the region, and around it you get wealth, industry, fashion, finance, and some of the most expensive real estate in the country. But Lombardy is not only Milan, it also has Lake Como, Lake Garda, Bergamo, Mantua, and Alpine valleys. It's powerful, polished, and practical, but for bargain hunters, you have to search carefully. Trentino Alto Adige feels like Italy and Austria had a very clean, very wealthy child. German is widely spoken in parts of the region, the mountains are spectacular, and the towns look almost too perfect. The Dolomites make this one of the most beautiful regions in Europe. It's amazing for skiing, hiking, and quality of life. But affordability is not its strongest feature. Veneto is one of Italy's most complete regions. You have Venice, one of the most famous cities on earth. You have Verona, with romance and Roman history. You have Prosecco Hills, Palladian villas, Lake Garda, and the Dolomites in the north. Veneto gives you glamour, tourism, industry, and countryside all in one. It's Italy, with a little bit of everything. Friuli Venezia Giulia is the region many foreigners forget, and that's exactly why it's interesting. It borders Austria and Slovenia, and its capital, Trieste, has sea views, coffee culture, grand architecture, and a completely different feeling from the rest of Italy. It's elegant, slightly mysterious, and still underrated. If you want Italy with a Central European twist, this is it. Emilia-Romagna, maybe Italy's most delicious region. Bologna, Parma, Modena, Ferrara, Ravenna, Rimini, this region is packed. It has some of the best food in the world, strong cities, historic centers, beaches on the Adriatic, and a wealthy, practical culture. It may not always look as dreamy as Tuscany, but for actually living, it's one of Italy's strongest regions. Tuscany, the Italy people imagine before they ever visit. Rolling hills, cypress trees, stone farmhouses, Florence, Siena, Pisa, Lucca, Chianti, vineyards, art, and golden sunsets. Tuscany is iconic for a reason, but because everyone knows it, everyone wants it. That means prices can be high, especially in the famous areas. Still, emotionally, Tuscany is almost unbeatable. Umbria is often called Tuscany without the crowds. It has hilltop towns, stone houses, olive groves, forests, lakes, and medieval cities like Perugia, Assisi, and Orvieto. It has no coastline, which keeps it quieter and usually more affordable. Umbria is for people who want the soul of central Italy without paying for the Tuscany label. Marche might be one of Italy's most underrated regions for property buyers. It has Adriatic beaches, rolling hills, medieval towns, vineyards, mountains, and prices that can still feel reasonable. It doesn't have one global superstar city, and that keeps it quieter. Marche is the region you choose when you want beauty, value, and fewer people fighting for the same house. Lazio, the region of Rome, and Rome changes everything. The capital brings history, jobs, airports, traffic, tourists, and higher prices. But Lazio is not just Rome. You also have volcanic lakes, medieval hill towns, beaches south of the city, and quieter inland areas. Lazio is for people who want access to Rome, but maybe not the daily madness of living inside it. Abruzzo is where Italy starts getting very interesting for value. It has mountains, national parks, medieval villages, ski areas, and beaches, all in one region. You can drive from snowy peaks to the Adriatic coast in a short time. It's beautiful, wild, and still much cheaper than many better-known regions. For affordable Italian homes with nature, Abruzzo is a serious contender. Molise is the region many Italians joke does not exist, but for property hunters, that joke can be an opportunity. It's small, quiet, rural, traditional, and often very affordable. There are no huge tourist magnets here, no global glamour, just villages, hills, mountains, and slow life. Molise is not for everyone, but if you want forgotten Italy, this is as real as it gets. Campania, one of the most intense regions in the country. Naples is loud, chaotic, beautiful, and unforgettable. The Amalfi Coast is world famous and extremely expensive. Pompeii, Capri, Ischia, Mount Vesuvius, royal palaces. Pizza. Campania has drama everywhere. It's not the calmest region, but it has energy, history, and some of the most spectacular coastline in Europe. Puglia is the heel of Italy's boot, and in recent years it has become a dream region for foreign buyers. Whitewashed towns, olive groves, truly houses, turquoise water, Baroque lecce, coastal villages, and a slower southern rhythm. Puglia still has affordable areas, but the secret is getting out. The most beautiful places are no longer as cheap as people imagine. Basilicata is rugged, dramatic, and still overlooked. Its superstar is Matera, the ancient cave city that looks like a biblical movie set. But beyond Matera, the region is mountainous, quiet, and low profile. It has small coastlines on two seas, but much of it feels remote and untouched. Basilicata is for people who want raw beauty, not polished tourism. Calabria is one of the most fascinating regions for budget buyers. It has beaches on both sides, mountains in the middle, old villages, spicy food, and sea views that would cost 5 times more somewhere else. It is not as polished as northern Italy, and infrastructure can be weaker, but the prices can be shocking. For cheap homes near the sea, Calabria is one of Italy's strongest regions. Now we go to the islands. Sicily is not just an island, it's almost a country of its own. Palermo, Catania, Mount Etna, Greek temples, Baroque towns, fishing villages, beaches, street food, and centuries of different civilizations layered on top of each other. Sicily can be chaotic, beautiful, cheap, expensive, wild, elegant, and broken all at once. Sardinia. This is Italy's island of beaches that look almost Caribbean. The Costa Smeralda is luxury, yachts, and billionaires. But away from the famous Northeast, Sardinia can be quiet, rural, rugged, and surprisingly affordable in places. It has its own identity, its own rhythm, and some of the cleanest water in Europe. Sardinia is for people who want island life, but still want to stay in Italy.